Welcome back to Question with Answer. Are you preparing for a Django developer job in 2025? Then you've landed on the right video. In Part 1, we covered the most commonly asked Django interview questions and your response was amazing. But guess what? Interviews are getting smarter, and so should you. In this video Part 2 of our Django interview series, we're diving deeper into the real-world questions companies are asking right now. We'll cover advanced concepts like signals, transactions, custom user models, and performance optimization. Whether you're a fresher or an experienced developer, these are must-know question and answer to crack your next Django interview. So grab a notebook and let's get you one step closer to your dream job. Let's begin. Question 1. What are Django signals and when should you use them? Answer. Django signals provide a way to enable decoupled applications to get notified when certain events occur in the framework or the app. For example, after a user is created, a signal can be used to send a welcome email or automatically create a profile. Signals are defined in Django.dispatch, and you use receiver, decorators or connect methods to bind functions to specific events like post_save or pre_delete. While powerful, overuse of signals can make code harder to trace and debug. It's ideal for use cases where you want to react to specific lifecycle events without tightly coupling the logic into core workflows, such as audit logging, notification systems, or triggering background tasks. Question 2. How does Django manage database transactions? Answer. Django handles transactions using the Atomic Context Manager, which ensures that a group of operations on the database is executed as a single unit. If an error occurs during the transaction, all changes within that block are rolled back, ensuring data integrity. This is especially useful in situations like processing payments, saving multiple models, or managing bulk updates where a partial save could corrupt the data. You can use a transaction.atomic decorator on functions or wrap code in A with transaction.atomic block. Django also automatically manages transactions in views unless explicitly overridden. Nested atomic blocks and save points allow finer control, which is crucial for larger, more complex applications. Question 3. What is the difference between null equals true and blank equals true in Django models? Answer. In Django models, null equals true means that the database is allowed to store null, for example, no value, for that field. This affects the database layer. On the other hand, blank equals true allows a form to accept an empty value for that field, affecting the validation layer. For example, char field or text field typically uses blank equals true but not null equals true, since an empty string is usually preferred over null in those cases. However, for fields like datetime field or foreign key, setting both null equals true and blank equals true is common when the field is truly optional. It's important to understand this distinction to avoid unexpected behaviors during form submission or migrations. Question 4. Explain the use of select_related versus prefetch_related in Django ORM. Answer. Django provides two powerful ORM optimization tools, select_related and prefetch_related. Select_related performs an SQL join and is used for single-valued relationships like foreign key or one-to-one field. It retrieves related objects in the same query, reducing database hits. On the other hand, prefetch_related is used for multi-valued relationships like many-to-many field or reverse foreign keys. It executes a separate query and combines results in Python. Using them appropriately improves performance by minimizing n+1 query problems. Misuse can lead to performance bottlenecks. For example, use select_related author when fetching blog posts with their authors, and prefetch_related comments when loading a post and all its related comments. Question 5. How does Django handle CSRF protection? Answer. Cross-site request forgery or CSRF, protection is built into Django using middleware and template tags. CSRF attacks occur when malicious sites trick authenticated users into submitting requests unknowingly. Django's middleware checks for a CSRF token in post requests. Developers must include %CSRF_token% in forms for the validation to work. For AJAX requests, the token must be included in headers. CSRF protection is enabled by default and can be turned off for APIs by using @CSRF_exempt. However, disabling it requires alternate protections like tokens or OAuth. Django's built-in CSRF defense is robust and should be carefully maintained, especially in authenticated user flows or form-based inputs. Question 6. What are Django middlewares and how do they work? Answer. Middleware in Django is a framework that allows you to process requests and responses globally. Middleware components are executed in order for every request before it reaches the view, and again on the response back to the browser. Common middleware functionalities include session management, user authentication, request logging, CSRF handling, and security headers. You configure middleware in the middleware list inside settings.py. You can also write custom middleware by defining a class with __call__, or __init__, and __call__, methods. Middleware should be lightweight and carefully ordered since performance and functionality depend heavily on the execution sequence. Question 7. How do you implement custom user models in Django? Answer. Django allows developers to create a custom user model when the default user model does not meet project requirements. You define a custom model by extending abstract base user or abstract user. It's best to use abstract user if you just want to add extra fields, while abstract base user gives full control over user management. You must also set a UTH_user_model in settings.py before running migrate. A custom manager and appropriate fields like username_field and required_fields must be defined. This approach is beneficial for using email instead of username or storing additional metadata like user roles, phone numbers, or organization-specific data. Question 8. What is the use of manage.py and how is it different from Django admin? Answer. Manage.py is a command-line utility script that Django projects use to interact with the application. It wraps around the Django admin tool but includes the project settings and environment variables. While Django admin is generic and works globally, manage.py is context-aware and project-specific. Common commands like run server, make migrations, migrate, and create superuser are run using manage.py. It simplifies testing, shell access with context, Python manage.py shell, and database management. Always prefer manage.py for project-specific operations to avoid configuration issues and ensure environment consistency. Question 9. How does Django handle static files versus media files? Answer. In Django, static files are those used in the frontend like CSS, JavaScript, and images, while media files are user-uploaded content such as profile pictures or documents. Django manages them through separate settings, static_URL and staticfiles_drs for static files, and media_URL with media_root for media files. During development, run server can serve both using Django.contribution static files. In production, serving is typically handled by web servers like Nginx or via a CDN for better performance. Django also provides the collect static command to gather all static files into a single directory for easy deployment. Question 10. What are class-based views or CBVs, and how do they compare to function-based views or FBVs? Answer. Class-based views or CBVs in Django allow for cleaner, more reusable, and scalable code by encapsulating view logic within Python classes. They support inheritance and method overriding, making them ideal for complex operations like CRUD functionality. Django provides generic CBVs like list view, detail view, create view, etc., which reduce boilerplate code. Function-based views or FBVs are simple and direct, suitable for small tasks or where full control over logic is needed. CBVs improve structure and scalability but have a steeper learning curve. Choosing between FBVs and CBVs depends on the project complexity, developer familiarity, and team coding standards. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for more content, so you don't miss any upcoming video. And, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, please let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring and keep coding. Thanks for watching, and happy coding.